Good morning, dear students. We are studying the chapter, the Swan Queen, and the first part of that we have already studied that there was a old man and a woman, and they were going for the work, and at that time, a swan used to come and do their home works in their home. And one day the man found that this swan is coming, so he found that he is removing the wings and keeping. So he took the wings and burned it. So the swan changed it into the maid and be there like that. And when a king saw this maid, he was so much impressed by the maid, and he took this maid, and at last he taken this maid to his home and in the palace, and they married. They got married and they have a child also. Okay. One day the queen came out into the garden with her baby, and what did she see? Some swans came flying over her. At their head flew her father singing. So she was just staying in the garden, and she was going along with his son. So at that time they saw a group of swans were coming, and when she looked up and saw it was her father, and this swan was singing a song. The song was like this: in this garden my daughter I see, though she has no wings, yet a swan is she. Her fingers are covered with golden rings, to her little son a song she sings. From a little gold book she reads him a tale. A pair of white wings to her I will throw, and she will leave her son, and with us she will go. So the father was singing a song, and the song was like this: that in this garden my daughter I see. I can see my daughter in this garden. Though she has no wings, yet a swan is she. So even though she is not having wings, but she is a swan. So even though she is in the form of a human being, she is not in the form of a swan, and she is in the just like a lady. But the father can understand that she is also a swan. Her fingers are covered with golden rings. So like the queen and the king and all, they have a golden. They will have a golden rings on their fingers in order to represent that their official power. So the king, they will have a ring in his finger, and it shows the power of the king. Okay, so that type of, and the queen also will have all the members in the family of the king will have some rings. So this she was wearing a golden ring. It means that she is belonging to the palace. To her little son a song she sings. She is singing a song to her little son. So there was a small baby in his head, and to that baby she was singing a song. She was making her to sleep, and he was singing song like that. So when mothers and all are there, so they will be singing songs to the children. So same way this lady was singing a song. From a little gold book she reads him a tale. So she is having a book, and from that book, so or maybe like the stories are there in a book, and the book those stories are tales, means the stories. So these stories she is explaining to the baby, or she is telling to the baby. A pair of white wings to her I will throw, and she will leave her son, and with us she will go. And at last the father is telling a wish that I will throw her a pair of wings, and she will make use of. So she is unable to change herself to the form of a swan because she is not having wings. So she need to have a pair of wings to change herself to the form of a swan. But now the father is telling that I will throw a pair of wings to her, so that she will be able to change herself from the form of a human being to the form of a swan, and she can come along with me to our house. So she is not belonging to this area. She is not belonging to the palace actually. She is supposed to be with the swans, but she is caught up here. So she said that if the father is telling that, I will throw her a pair of wings and she will be able to come along with us. Tears poured from Queen's eyes and she sang out in reply. So after listening to this, she was very much sad and she started to cry, and the tears were coming out of her eyes. So she know that she is it is her father, and she is caught up here. So now she is in confusion whether to go along with her father, or now she is having a son. So should I take care of my son and leave my father? So if she is wants to take care of her father, take care of the son, then she cannot go along with the father. And if she wants to go along with father and become a swan, then she cannot take care of the son. So she is in a complication now. She cannot, whether she has to make a proper decision whether to go along with her father or to be with the son. Do not throw me the wings, for you come too late. I won't leave my son to an orphan's fate. So the reply was that she for mother, the most important thing for a mother is their children, the son. So she is also just like that. So even though she is a swan, but she is now in the form of a human being, and she is a mother now, and she is having a child, and she doesn't want to leave the child and go along with her father. So she says that, do not throw me the wings, for you come too late. So you are too late. So earlier, if it was there, then I would have come along with you. But now I have married and I have a son. So I have to take care of my son, and if I go, then the child will become orphan. Means there will not be anybody to take care of. Orphan means a child who is not having a father and mother, and parents are not there. So it is not, I cannot leave my son and go, or just leave as orphan. So I cannot do it. Just then the king came up to her. So then by the time, so she was telling, and she was very much sad there. And at that time the king came near to her and asked her, why are your eyes red with weeping? So in the people in the palace are not supposed to be crying. So they are supposed to be very much happy. So they don't have any kind of worries. They don't have any kind of problems like that. So they are supposed to be happy, and they have all sorts of enjoyments and other type of things are there. So they are not supposed to be sad. So the king came and asked her, what is the reason, or why are you being so much sad, and why are you crying? Our little son cried, and it made me cry too, the queen replied. So she did not say all the truth. Instead of saying all the things, she said that our little son was crying, and because of that, for mostly mothers are they like that, when the children are crying, then they also feel like to cry, though they will feel sad. So if that is there, it's like if our children are there, so if they are crying, we feel sad, and if they are happy, and if they are playing, then we feel happiness. So each and everything that the children are doing is very much enjoyment, and the feelings of the mother is depending on the feelings of the child. So here the son is, but what she said is a lie. Actually, she did not want to tell that she saw and all the details, and all she did not want to share with the king. So she did not say anything, and she said that my child was crying, so I also cried. On the next day, her mother flew over her. On the days that followed, her brother and her sister all sang the same song, but the queen refused to heed to any of them. Then at last came her own love flying over her. He sang as he flew. So the next day there was the mother came, and another day the brothers, sisters, all the people, all the family members came and sang the same song and requested her to come along with them. But she did not accept all their invitations, and she said that I am unable to come because I cannot leave my son. But at last her lover came. So when he came and he sang a song. In this garden bright my love I see. Though she has no wings, yet a swan is she. Her fingers are covered with golden rings. From a little gold book she reads him a tale. A kerchief of silk behind her trails. A pair of white wings to her I will throw, and her son she will leave, and with me she will go. So this song she is telling. So she says that the lover is speaking about almost a similar song. The first song, what the father was singing, the same song is there. Only very few words or few slight differences only are there. So, but he says that in this garden, bright my love I see. Though she has no wings, yet a swan is she. So in the garden, I can see my love, and even though she is not having wings, but she is also a swan. Her fingers are covered with the golden rings. So she is having golden rings on her fingers, and from a little gold book, she reads him a tale. So she has a golden book with her, and with that she is reading and telling a story to the children, the son. A kerchief of silk behind her trails. So, and she is also holding a small kerchief in her hand. And a pair of wings a pair of white wings to her I will throw, and her son she will leave, and with me she will go. So then he said that I will also throw a pair of wings to her, and she will leave her son and come along with me, and we will go together. The queen could not control herself no longer and sang out in reply, a pair of wings throw down to me, and with you I will fly beyond the sea. So now when her father came, then mother came, then brothers, sisters, everybody came, but she was not ready to leave and go. But now when her lover came, then she became ready to go along with her, and she said that I will leave my son and I will go, and beyond the sea I will fly. Okay. So that is enough for today. The remaining portion we'll study in the next class. Okay. Thank you so much.